So last week I was able to give you feedback as you brainstormed and selected a topic, as well as a structure that you outlined already. If you did not submit that work, please do so before starting today's work. This way I can give you feedback before you get going. And if you did submit it, be sure to look back at the submission and check for comments or highlights that I left you. If you have questions, you can find me in the chat all throughout the school day, every day of the week. So now last week you decided on 3 things. All right, the first thing you did was you chose a topic or an idea worth spreading. Remember, your idea has to be something original, thought-provoking, not something I could go search up and find on YouTube right now if I wanted to. You then decided what type of TED Talk you want to give. So it was either a big idea talk, a performance talk, storytelling talk, the Dazzle with Wonder talk, the how-to talk, or the issue talk. And then finally, you decided on a structure and you outlined your presentation. So the first option was the drama structure. So this is a typical storytelling structure where one fine day, something happened that sent you to rock bottom, and then you discovered something and returned to normal and discovered a new lesson. Then there's the situation, complication / opportunity resolution structure. So this was basically you telling your talk in a way that you present a situation, but a complication happened, or maybe you saw it as an opportunity, therefore, and so on. That's how it ended and changed your life. Or you chose what I think is the most common one, the one that works for most TED Talks, the hook, meet, payoff structure. So it opens with a hook, something to get the audience's attention, and then the bulk of your TED Talk is the stuff that really matters, and you can break that part up however you want, depending on what kind of TED Talk you're giving. And then finally, the payoff. What did you walk away from the experience with, and what can your audience walk away with? So remember that as you move on today, you should be looking back at all of this information to stay on track with your original plan. Today, we're going to focus on script writing, but before you do that, I'm going to help you figure out how that's done exactly. So together, we're going to watch Try Something New for 30 Days, which is a TED Talk by Matt Cutts. As you watch the video on one side of my screen, on the other side, I'm going to show you how Matt Cutts organized his script. So, we're going to pretend today like we are Matt Cutts and we're planning our TED Talk. So this is it. Now remember that as you view a TED Talk, you guys are allowed to click on this button right here. It says transcript. And as you're reading, you can follow along with what he's saying. And if you scroll all the way down to the transcript, you can still see the video up here. So I watched this TED Talk already. It's very, very short. And I decided that Matt Cutts followed the hook, meet, payoff script. So you're going to fill out a script just like this for yours. So I'm going to show you today what that would look like while you're doing it. So if I'm Matt Cutts and I'm filling this out for homework like you will, my topic or my title would be Try Something New for 30 Days. Now, you may not know your title already. A lot of times we don't know our titles until we've written the whole script. If you don't, just put your topic up here. And what type of TED Talk is this? I would say that this one is, I might call this a combination of a big idea / how to talk. Okay. All right, so let's press play and we'll move along with him.
A few years ago, I felt like I was stuck in a rut. So I decided to follow in the footsteps of the great American philosopher, Morgan Spurlock, and try something new for 30 days. The idea is actually pretty simple. Think about something you've always wanted to add to your life and try it for the next 30 days.
So right away, he doesn't open with anything, grand and crazy that gets your attention, but he does open with something you can relate to. So have any of you ever seen the movie Super Size Me, about the guy who tries McDonald's for 30 days? Right. So his hook is, I'm going to say something that will get their attention. So if I were writing my script, it would look like this. A few years ago, I felt like I was stuck in a rut, so I decided to follow in the footsteps of the great American philosopher. Now that's some sarcasm there because he's not a great American philosopher. He's a filmmaker, Morgan Spurlock. and try something new for 30 days, right? Okay. So then he moves on, which becomes the meat of our talk. So I'm going to copy and paste now, guys, to save time, but you're obviously going to type out your own. The idea is actually pretty simple. Think about something you've always wanted to add to your life and try it for the next 30 days. Turns out 30 days is just about the right amount of time to add a new habit or subtract a habit, like watching the news, from your life. So this isn't really part of his hook. I would put this in the meat because he's kind of introducing what his topic is. Now, you can almost take the meat section and split it into small sections. And guys, whether you're doing the hook, meat, and payoff structure, or the drama structure, or the situation, complication, resolution structure, you can do that, okay? So if you have, let's say, the rock bottom part, and you really want to split that into two parts because you think it's important, you simply right-click in the row, insert row below. You can even merge these, right, and make them two here. We're going to do that with Matt Kutz's presentation because the meat has multiple sections. I'm going to actually insert a couple. So this will all be part of the meat, but it's broken down even further, and this just helps you to organize even more. So I think the intro to the topic part is here. Let's keep going.
I learned while doing these 30-day challenges. The first was, instead of the months flying by forgotten, the time was much more memorable. This was part of a challenge I did to take a picture every day for a month, and I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing that day.
Okay, so he moved from his intro to his topic, right? Like, here's why I said that whole thing about Morgan Spurlock. Then he says, here's what I learned. There's a few things I learned while doing these 30-day challenges. All right, so here's one thing he learned.
I also noticed that as I started to do more and harder 30-day challenges, my self-confidence grew. I went from desk-dwelling computer nerd to the kind of guy who bikes to work for fun.
Okay, so this might go in that same part as maybe the second thing that he learned, right? So do you see how I'm kind of altering the form to fit my presentation? Now, something else you'll also notice, I'm going to delete these really quick because we don't need them right now, is that every TED Talk I think you guys have watched, they've kind of mastered the art of giving the talk, but also pausing and knowing when to let the audience react or laugh or feel something. So when you're writing your script, you may actually want to add that in so that when you are rehearsing, you remember to do that. So let's say you want this to be a moment where you pause for effect. You guys can write that directly in your script. Going.
Even last year, I ended up hiking up Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest mountain in Africa. I would never have been that adventurous before I started my 30-day challenges.
Okay, so this seems like it was...
have been that adventurous before I started my 30-day challenges.
This seems like it was an add-on to the last part, not quite a section of its own.
I also figured out that if you really want something badly enough, you can do anything for 30 days. Have you ever wanted to write a novel? Every November, tens of thousands of people try to write their own 50,000-word novel from scratch in 30 days. It turns out, all you have to do is write 1,667 words a day for a month. So I did. By the way, the secret is not to go to sleep until you've written your words for the day. You might be sleep deprived, but you'll finish your novel. Now, is my book the next great American novel? No, I wrote it in a month. It's awful.
Okay, pause for
But
laughter.
for the rest of my life, if I meet John Hodgman at a TED party, I don't have to say, I'm a computer scientist. No, if I want to, I can say, I'm a novelist.
Okay, so it seems like all of this was its own separate thing that he learned. Now, guys, I'm sorry about all the copying and pasting. You know, you're not going to be doing this. You're going to be actually typing your script from scratch, but I just wanted to give you an example of what it would start as and what it would look like when it's finished. Okay, so those are 3 things he learned. And again, if you want to, just to show you, you can throw in a row here. Maybe you say pause because you know what you say is going to get everybody to laugh. Throw that in there.
So here's one last thing I'd like to mention. I learned that when I made small, sustainable changes, things I could keep doing, they were more likely to stick. There's nothing wrong with big, crazy challenges. In fact, they're a ton of fun, but they're less likely to stick. When I gave up sugar for 30 days, day 31 looked like this.
Okay, so he hasn't quite moved on to his payoff yet. You would insert another row. Oops. Insert another row here. This is, I'm just going to undo a couple of things. You guys know I'm crazy and everything has to be perfectly organized, right? Pause for laugh. You don't have to be crazy like me. Okay, so it looks like this was his 4th thing that he learned. Wait. Let's keep going.
So here's my question to you. What are you waiting for? I guarantee you the next 30 days are going to pass whether you like it or not. So why not think about something you have always wanted to try and give it a shot for the next 30 days? Thanks.
Okay, so not only was this a nice short TED Talk that I could use as an example for this, but also love this guy's message. So his payoff is him talking to the audience now. What are you waiting for? I did it. You can do it. Choose one thing, set a small goal, and go do it. And here are the benefits you will reap from that, right? And don't forget our thanks. Okay, so this is what your finished script might look like. And then eventually this script gets practiced and rehearsed and memorized, and you create something like what Matt Cutts created here. Okay, so your job today is to go onto Canvas, which you should already be if you're watching this video, below this video, and start writing your script. You're going to click on the link for the structure that you already chose last week, which was, just like Matt Cutts, either hook, meet, payoff structure, drama structure, or the situation, complication, opportunity, resolution structure. Okay, and remember, you can add rows and tweak this however you need to for your talk. I totally understand if it's not exact. The script doesn't need to be submitted until 3 o'clock on Thursday, but Mrs. Bianco and I will be popping into your documents every once in a while. So don't wait until the last minute to get started. Your job today is to get this document started and into your folder, okay? So your grade today is based on whether or not I can go into your language arts folder, which should already be shared with me, and see this document at the very least created for your script, even if you don't start it, okay? So get started, have fun. I cannot wait to read these, and good luck. Let us know if you have any questions in the chat. Bye.